Howdy ho again, everyone. Today we're checking out a game called Journey to Incrementalia. This is a game that I picked up for a real bargain on Steam for less than $2, but it is a clicker game, kind of like Cookie Clicker if you've ever played it, but with an auto-battler twist, where you're summoning monsters and demons to take down enemy defenses as you upgrade and find new powerful combos. Anyway, there is a little bit of, like, story matter here. Bonesley, head skeleton, hee-hee-hee-ah. Ooh, ahem. Pardon me, Your Grace. Bonesley the Wise at your service. I see Your Grace has finally awoken. You're the chosen one who will lead us to Incrementalia. Yes, so we are going to Incrementalia, of course. I aided in your restoration using my feeble magic. Yes, and all I ask is a place at your side. Ha ha ha. Confusion after reincarnation is common, Your Grace. Allow me to reacquaint. Okay, so we have tutorial. Very simple. Basically, we have the thing that we're going to try to click for mana. The mana orb. Click or hold down the orb for extra mana, we get a bonus, but it is a little bit risky. Holding down on the orb triggers mana amplification too many times and it cracks. And these are your spells, and we can do them to enchain souls. So we're gonna go ahead and, well, we don't have any mana yet, so even if we try to do that, we need to raise some mana. So for every click, we raise a little bit of mana. I'm gonna just raise a little bit here without cracking the orb, but if I get too full, I might crack it. That's dangerous. Let's enchain a soul, and let's summon a skeleton. Very exciting. Alright, so we have summoned one skeleton. What does this do? He's going to hit the wall with his sword and deal damage until we unlock upgrades and achieve meta progress. Keep boosting your mana and damage to break through all 99 walls. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. Oh, and skill points, we'll get them as we go through the game. Got the gist. I think that's about it. Alright, so basically, mana per second is 0. It's limited by our clicking right now. Now, if we continue clicking, or if we just hold this down, we'll get quite a lot of it, but let's get some focus. Concentrate your thoughts to harness latent mana from your surroundings. So this is just going to auto-click for us to 2 per second. I guess we get a little bit of a boost there for a second. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, it's only another 35 to keep increasing my auto-click speed. So let's bring that up to, from 5 to 6, that's pretty good. So we're getting, how much now? From focus. Per cast of focus. Oh, I guess when we hold it down, we actually increase the mana generation. Oh, because it's kind of like doing the math over time. That makes sense. All right, let's enchain some more souls. Let's get some more skelly boys on our side. And, you know, we could do a few more of those. That's fine. We are just going to keep holding this down. Now, we will get skill points as soon as we take down this much of the wall. We are at Old Stony, dilapidated fence, which I guess there's a name for a fence in this universe. What a, like, oddly quaint place to live. Anyway, what are we at now, base? 8 per second, but I guess because I held that down, it's now up to 11. Oh, and we just got our first skill point. Amazing. Hoo-ha. Alright, so I have a few abilities to choose from. I could get Bone Enhancement. So to improve the skeleton's damage, which they're already doing a pretty good amount of damage right now, so I'm not too worried about that. But buffs focus and augmentation spell. We've been using a lot of focus, so let's raise some more mana. Just to get more mana out of everything we're doing. And we've just taken down the first wall. I am so excited. This is the greatest part of my day. The Brick House, Abandoned Village Perimeter Wall. 2 out of 99. So we've got 99 walls, quite a lot of them. But man, we're already doing... We're doing this pretty fast. Like, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's just keep raising up our mana, because the mana is going to be good for everything. Let's just keep raising our focus. And honestly, I will just take even more focus, because I'll be able to summon more skeletons if I just continue doing this. Now, I guess it does kind of, like, become, like, less of a worthwhile trade-off over time. But, maybe we'll do some of that later. Let's just get more skeletons for right now. Now, we will want to, like, get a nice balance of damage, amplification, and mana. I've tried various strategies, and you can reset each time you go through a wall. Anyway, I want to... Actually, I will probably crack the orb in a second. Well, I was afraid to crack the orb for a very long time when I first began playing. Just keep getting more skeletons. And here we go. So we're going to start unlocking more of the trees. And as with any, like, clicker game, you pretty much have, like, 1 quadrillion things to unlock. You know, it's one of those types of games where we're going to get to numbers you haven't even heard of. Nonillion, octillion, septillion, for all the various things after million, of which no one's ever even heard. Anyway, let's keep on improving our focus, but we will get to enlightenment soon, which I believe is going to get us, well, meditate. I think that gets us more souls. I'm not positive, though. I can't remember exactly. All right, let's see. Beat wall, level 2, beat wall 4 to unlock. So which wall is this? 1,000 pardons, Your Grace. I've discovered a small side quest. Oh, great, we get to the side quests now. All right, so we do get various items from these. I want to try to pick some good things. Find the duck. Nearby town's unofficial mascot duck has gone missing. I'm gonna pay more money, because I'm hoping that that's gonna give me a good outcome. Let's interrogate the innocent peasants. Hopefully something nice will happen. Before we do any more skill acquisition, actually, maybe we'll give the skeletons a little bit of enhancement. There are goblin archers who shoot poison at the wall. Maybe I'll get one of these just to show you. They haven't really worked out for me very well, though, so I've kind of avoided using them. But let's have one around just to see what one looks like. Right, we're still finding the duck, so now we've interrogated the peasants. Word around town is that the duck was headed towards the river. Let's investigate the river. Obviously have to investigate for this duck. Very serious matters. Let's just keep holding this down. Now we will get an auto clicker. On the river's edge, you see duck tracks that lead to the water. Let's use my intuition about duck tracks to see if this can get me anywhere. I don't actually want to take this wall down, though, before we finish the side quest. I'm not sure if this is going to happen. Let's sacrifice our skeletons just to slow this down a bit. Right, you deduct that the duck has entered the river. I would like to dive this time. I believe the last time I waited, executing a perfect swan dive into the river. There's such deep story. I don't really get it, like, what you're supposed to... I mean, I do think you get different items if you do this. Now, underwater, lack of oxygen quickly becomes an issue. Of course. I would like to conjure, because the last time I played this, I think I did... Whoops. Oh, I almost cracked the orb while I wasn't looking at it for a second. Don't worry about that. If the orb cracks, it'll come back. Conjuring oxygen directly into the lungs. I might have to sack another skeleton if we don't get through this fast enough. Deep underwater, the duck's trail is going cold. What is no? Let's just pay the most money for everything. Show the game that I'm not... wait, you know what? I just cracked the orb. The orb will be fine. Don't worry about the orb. It's gonna respawn in a few seconds. Hopefully, I gotta sack another skeleton. We need some more time. I gotta finish off this quest before I destroy this wall. Should we do more focus? I could pursue the duck. Dead ahead. Actually, you know what? Maybe I could just leave out those skeletons. Let's just have the quest carry over. Alright, pursue the duck, see what happens. There's like so many different things going on. I'm like, am I getting a duck? Am I trying to take down a wall? Which one is it? I'm just gonna keep one hand over here, because if you notice, the mana multiplier actually increases as I do that. Oh my goodness, look, we're about to find this duck. The duck is finally in hand. The townsfolk ask, what shall become of it? And we've got to the next quest. I stand corrected. I thought that I needed to wait for the next one to appear. Okay, now this wall is healing. There's so many things going on. Let us... Oh no, I can't roast the duck. Let's knight the duck. We'll make the duck a knight. That would be much nicer to the duck. Yeah, I know it costs 3,700, but at the same time, I want to be a good guy. Let me just get more focus augmentations. I need to... we gotta raise money to knight this duck. Right. I have not destroyed myself. I did a mana boost right there. Alright. I make of the duck a knight. What happens next in our incredible tale? This should be the very end, right? Yeah, 100. Okay, so we get a reward of a mana rock. Then we can equip this to our slot. Mana generation, 150 per second. This is amazing. So now, I believe we just added another 150. That's crazy. Look at how much more mana we're getting now. Ancient and rare mana stone. It overflows with raw mana waiting to be tapped. Alright, that's very good. I'm very happy to see this. All those pursuits of that duck were now worthwhile from this. Oh, also too, you might have noticed that I got the goblin in the background. He is inflicting a little bit of poison damage. It's very little of it. I actually don't really notice this when I put it up, so I've just generally done skeletons. Like, I just don't really see where the poison affects the wall. Maybe it affects the healing? I'm not totally sure. Anyway, we're going to stick with our skeleton strategy here for a little while. There we go. Just keep doing more of those. And then we'll just try to keep buying things in a more or less, like, even kind of fashion. We've got skeletons. can keep holding this down. That's going to increase our mana multiplier. Does that also increase our damage multiplier? Well, we've got that too, but we're dealing 81 damage per second, so we've got a few different kinds of numbers to keep an eye on. It's not just one number go bigger, like mana. It's also the damage we deal. I like this. I feel like that this adds just a little bit of interest to a genre that you feel like was so simple. You know, the clicker genre? I do enjoy a good clicker game. Like, for me, this game, I think, would probably take me about 4, maybe I could get like 10 or 15 hours out of it. But I just thought that anything that keeps my attention for that long, and especially at $2, man, you know, like, actually, I like very much. Just saying. Anyway, Strolovia, the first stairs to 5 of 99. So I guess we've unlocked the next level here. Alright, so we've got the Cultist, the Mana Orb, and the Bone Spear. I'm going to show you the Bone Spear. It's not really my favorite thing. I kind of like Fireball later, which we'll unlock, but Cultists are somewhat interesting. They're useful for devils that we'll unlock later. But the Mana Orb, Orb Fixation, so we get more mana per click. But let's also, just so that I can show you what it does, let's get the Spear of Bone. So the Bone Spear can just be shot out in order to deal like a lot of immediate damage to the wall. This is kind of nice in case if you get to the end of your focus. But you know, I mean, it isn't really like a renewable use of mana also, so it doesn't feel as good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really add to it. The Cultists can be used to just kind of stand there, and while they're standing there, they're generating 13 mana per second. So when we eventually sacrifice this Cultist, it will just give us a ton of mana. Somewhat useful, but better for a higher damage summon that we'll get later. Anyway, I think for right now, this is pretty good. Let's just keep focusing on raising the focus, and I think maybe also the orb fixation. Because we're going to get to auto-clicking this eventually, most probably. Or I'm just going to keep my finger down on this. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, why not just always keep your finger down on this? Well, there are other items that it'll kind of make sense to auto-click later on. Like, there's a couple of other things we'll end up doing. Like, at one point I figured out how to get a bunch of devils, and they were just sacrificing cultists for tons of damage and stuff like that. We are actually getting quite far along here. I just did bone spears to rush this one along. They're pretty cheap to do. Alright, nice. So we took down another wall. Alright, so now we get this Soilman's Crest, mass of heaped earth. Something I like this is kind of quirky about this writing. Enchaining souls is pretty much always going to be useful, but I think a side quest would be good. Unruly mob have gathered around the mayor's house. I did telepathy, browsing a nearby peasant's memories. Maybe we won't always do the highest one. We'll see if we get anything else. Mob are angry about the recent raise in taxes. Let's have a chant. Start an intimidating group chant. I guess the one thing I would like in some of these quests is like a sense of what's actually... like a sense of skill, because right now it just sort of feels like two prices and randomness. I tried clicking on all the expensive stuff to see if I got better things. Maybe I'll try clicking on some of the bad ones right now to see if I get a worse result, you know what I'm saying? I also want to get Enlightenment here. That's only 100k, and we're actually getting pretty close to that. Oh, whoops. Let's say we'll get... yeah, let's get more orb fixation. I think that's pretty good. I mean, if I'm auto-clicking this much... Crumpling under the pressure, the mayor has turned bright red. Let's heckle him. Seizing upon the mayor's weakness with a jeer. I guess, like, this is the town that leads up to Incrementalia? Now in a panic, the mayor is trying to escape. Let us jostle him. Oh, jostling the... yeah, of course. Block the exit. Seize this man. What are he doing? I get to a point in this game when I don't even read the quests anymore because it's just... they didn't make sense. Yes, don't tax us anymore. Taxless. Demand that all taxes be eliminated. Where is this going? What else can we upgrade? Let's just keep upgrading our click. We're gonna end up doing that. Unsatisfied, the mob wants you to voice... we demand porridge. Negotiating for delicious porridge. Of course, the whole reason to take a man down from his mayoral position. The negotiations are complete. What of the mob? Let us have the mob disperse. I did get like the NPC to tell me after one of these sets of side quests that I made all the best choices once. I don't know if he was just trying to mess with me and like it always would have led to the same thing or what. I'm guessing. Okay, 10 souls, not bad. Nothing like an angry mob, right? Your grace, lovely work. Ha ha hoo. Okay, well, I mean, I did get 10 free souls out of it. Let's use this opportunity to sack the cultist. Alright, so we got a little bit of mana at him. I think I'm just gonna leave this mostly as skeletons, though, because, I mean, I have other ways of getting mana generation. Focus mana generation buff plus 20%. Was that this? No, that was focus. So we should probably get to concentrate mana instead. That would probably be better. Yeah, I mean, look, we've already got 29 of these 48. Oh, wait, I see. This is affecting this number. Never mind. Let's just keep upgrading that. All right, 2 out of 18. We're still a ways away from unlocking the next bit. I mean, I guess we might want to build more damage soon. It might help to get the first couple levels of each thing. Yeah, let's get higher base damage on our skeletons. We're gonna rely on skeletons for a while. Later on, we can actually just reset all our skills and then, like, build something new for another level, so that is an option. Just so that you're aware of it, but, yeah, I kind of, like, keep it for a while. I mean, I find that totally resetting my strategy. I did do once where I just said, like, okay, let's just do full mana regen, and then we'll do all, like, fireballs, and I was just basically holding my hand down on this. And it sort of works for some of them. I mean, like, see, this actually goes away pretty fast, and we're still on a positive mana based on everything we've done. That's actually kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, well, it does cost only 28. There is that. So that is kind of nice, I suppose. But, I mean, that's gonna give out soon. Yeah, maybe this is good just for the short term. I'll just get bone spears again for a minute. Let's just do bone spears, and then we'll reset all of our skills maybe next level. It's just disorienting to do that. I mean, though I guess, like, enchaining more souls would probably be the right thing to do, right? Yeah, let's just do that. Alright, there we go. I feel like I'm kind of, like, taking the worst of both worlds sometimes when I do a little bit of everything, but at the same time, when you do too much of one strategy, the price just becomes very prohibitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just do all skeletons. See how expensive it is just for one more skeleton now? That's outrageous. You walk into the store and you're gonna pay 126 mana for a skeleton? That's ridiculous. Unheard of. Rip off. But let's get more of them. You know what? Let's just reset all of my skills, actually. I just want full skeleton damage. We're not even gonna worry about goblins. We'll do... Don't even worry about the bone spears. Don't worry about that guy either. Nobody likes him. Let's do all of this. So let's just do one of each. Just indiscriminately one of each of these. These are what we're going to use this time. Now, it will reset its health. But that's pretty much okay. Let's just give the skeletons lots of damage. And you do keep that same mana that you had there. So we'll just get a bunch of skeletons right here. And look at them all go. Now we can start to get a little bit more, let's say, analysis on this as we go. 158, 209, 228, 245, 350 per... Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's improve the meditation ability. Focus as well, because they kind of go hand in hand. Like whichever one is cheaper, because they kind of stack off of each other. Oh, I didn't actually get myself even one bone spear, but look at how much faster these skeletons are working. These are such harder working skeletons than those previous lazy skeletons. Although this is about as far as we can get. I think maybe one level of bone spear might suffice once we get to this next level. Here we go. So let's take that. We'll get one of bone spear, and then we'll just fire bone spears at it. So each level is sort of like its own individual thing, you know what I'm saying? And there will be some levels where there's like an enemy... The reason why it's an auto battler is because there's sometimes enemies that are actually attacking your fighters, and they're like trying to make it harder for you. So there will be... It's kind of like a two-way street, that is to say. And we'll have various support units as we go too. Right, so that was actually a decent level. Let's see if the next one we're starting to get anything special on the wall. Right, so we are at level 9. Blessed Debris. Crumbolian Temple. Well, that's kind of fun to say. Let's see. So we have 2 out of 24 points. What are we getting now? The Captain summon spell. Now, this is going to start to increase our damage multiplier. This is very nice. Unlocks and buffs the Soul Contract Augmentation spell. Do we actually have this? Oh, no, we don't. Holding down on your mana orb triggers mana amplification. Okay, so basically, yeah, all of these ones are really good. We've already taken off so much HP, it's not really even worth it to go back. Let's just do this. Here we go. So, we can make this very cheap, but let's just buy the first few levels, because it's already pretty cheap to begin with. I've tried to see if I could just spam this to get, like, free unlimited souls, which you sort of can. I'm just not even gonna look at that. All scrolls suggest one of these temples has treasure. Honestly, I guess the one thing is I really wish that the choices had a little bit more information about, like, what you could get out of them. Or maybe I'm just slow and I'm not good at reading. Approaching the door, you notice it is locked by a mechanism. I don't know, analysis? Checking every crack? Maybe there are, like, some context clues, but I don't know, I mean, that was the same first item I got the first time I played. Oh, let's get the orb amplification. Okay, so this is going to start to trigger mana amplification. There actually is quite a lot going on here, right? Now that I'm playing it here in a video, it occurs to me, like, just how much content that... Whoops, I forgot about the captain. Let's get one captain. So he's going to increase the damage amplification a bit. That was close. Now for the entrance door. What is button? The secret open button. Okay. I'll take it. I mean, secret button, why not? Not arguing with that logic. This story has absorbed me. The portal opens, revealing a long, dark staircase. I don't know what saturate means. Saturate yourself in mana, creating a glow. I felt like I was saturated for most of the day today, to be honest with you. With the way lit, you forge deeper into the depths. Let me run. Run into the depths. Okay, this is one that heals itself, sprinting headlong into the depths. Finally, the treasure can be seen on a conspicuous pedestal. Let's try taking it. Oh no, I might trigger like some sort of Indiana Jones sequence. Speaking of which, we probably shouldn't have 3 of these. Yeah, let's get another captain. I mean, look. We have 66 skeletons. We need their damage amplified more than anything else. We should also hold this down now. My goodness, there's so many things to do. It is dizzying. I might explode from all of the options. You know, I still think we're sort of heavily relying on Bone Spear for a while here, to be honest with you. Click. Despite your efforts, a massive boulder rolls toward you. Let me whip the boulder. Throwing the whip at the boulder. Who in their right mind would... Well, I don't know. This is a video game. Okay, I got an auto gauntlet. I think this is exactly the same thing as I got the last time, and I don't think I'm making the same choice. But anyway, at least I know what to explain. Maybe there are other paths that I didn't unlock, because I figured that I would get different options for those. Anyway, now I've activated auto clicker, so if I hold down anything, I can auto click it. So if I hold down Bone Spear, now it does bone spearing for me. The only thing is now I can't really hold one down with my mouse, so there is that. Which is a little bit tricky, but hey, at least I can unlock things while I do that. Okay, cool, and I got more skill points, so I can benefit from all the auto-clicking while I do this. Let's just get more Bone Spear for right now. The only solution is more Bone Spear. You love to see it. Alright, let's just keep doing things that enhance my mana. Now, this will get a little bit better soon, because we've kind of hit a skill ceiling right here. But when we get to Fireball, we're going to start to deal just a lot more damage. Bone Spear is fine. Especially since it's starting to get very expensive. Like, look, another captain is 1,200. That's kind of pricey. Actually, that's not that bad, maybe. Maybe we could get one more. Let's get a few more of those, actually. I would be willing to sacrifice a few skeletons. So 51 skeletons is still a lot of skeletons. If you saw 51 of them in front of you, you would be like, that's too many. Alright, so let's see, do we unlock anything new? No, we aren't really on anything new. Still not crazy about cultists. We have plenty of mana. Let's get at least one more level of Bone Spear. I mean, that Bone Spear. Look at it, man. It just does so much. Of course, I do want to get more skeletons, because I gotta keep investing in the future, man. And let's get more captains as well. 2.4 times multiplier. You love to see it. Alright, let's get even more... Honestly, maybe even just more Bone Spear, because I'm so confident in the amount of damage my Bone Spear is doing. Except, look, we can actually see how everything is divided up so that we can start to see what is a more efficient way to spend our mana. Like, for all our skeleton upgrades, they're just still not even dealing what our Bone Spear is dealing. Let's see if we can get them to catch up. We'll balance it out, maybe. Have them not feel so bad about themselves. We'll improve the captains so that the skeletons do just a little bit more. Alright, let's enchain more souls. We should probably keep focusing on mana, though. I mean, mana is what makes it all go round. But that will improve when we unlock mages. Let's get meditate. Yeah, focus. It's the first few levels on everything that make it really worth it. Okay, we are basically breaking even now with mana. It's taking a very long time to go up. Although this might actually improve my damage multiplier the way we've got it now, too. Right, are we starting to... I think we're starting to make something happen. Oh no, we need to beat one more wall, wall 12. Now the game changes here when we get to the mages. So do we actually have any other wall behavior to account for? I've focused on mana. Let's just get more souls right here. Let's get a side quest going. Brunch. All I see is brunch, and I click. I'm a simple man. I see brunch, and I take. Okay. Now we have cracked open the mana, so that does actually reset the mana, but in my experience, just leaving this on this thing, generally speaking, a good idea. Now you could kind of like let it go up to level 1 so that it has a 10% chance of cracking, or 16, and then get up to like 32, and then kind of hold it there, but then you're kind of babysitting it, so I prefer to just do it this way. I'm just gonna click on random options here. I find that more of the strategy happens in like trying to decide whether to enchain souls or focus on focus or what you're gonna do. Oh, you know, I guess when we're not doing that, we could actually just auto-click Bone Spear. Yeah, we'll switch back and forth between mana and Bone Spear. And I think in the next level we'll do something, so let's just take a short-term payout right here. We'll just improve our Bone Spear. A reasonable amount for any man to improve his Bone Spear. Here we go. Look at me. Now keep in mind, I can, like I just did before, get rid of some of these upgrades, which I will, because obviously I wouldn't want to just walk through life with only a Bone Spear in hand. Here we go, let's get more souls. Okay, we got another captain, we're improving our damage multiplier. The skeletons are starting to catch up. Let's just get one more of those. Boast. The ogres, I'm fighting an ogre. Man, I found myself in so many various situations. I lost track of what was going on for a second, where my words have... I will parry the ogre. Never mess with ogre. It's all ogre now. As a great man once said, let me discombobulate. Clapping the ogres. Oh, you hate to do that. That's very dangerous to clap someone's ears. Don't do this. They could lose their ears. It's true. Don't let it happen to you. Let me slap him now. A heavy no one comes back from a great slap like this. Alright. Amazing. My skill... I'm doing so many... This is like the definition of multitasking. Although I guess this is clicker games for you. Alright, hang on a second. I actually do want to make some changes here. Yes, it's time to reset our skills. Let me apologize to the ogre. Facilitating the... Oh, you love this. It's like the end of a... telecare... I was gonna say telecare. Wrong thing. Movie. Anyway, let's get mages, and we'll get mind spheres, and we'll get pyromancy. Now, this is a lot of really great stuff. We'll leave... What are we gonna leave unlocked? We don't have anything else for this wave to really deal with. We could just upgrade these. Anyway, mages are quite great. So I'm gonna get a bunch of these. Let's get... I don't know, 50 if we can. Mages are incredible. Now they are just going to like shoot mana at us. We auto do the mana thing. Since we have so many mages, let's just upgrade them by a lot. I don't know. And we're probably just going to do this entire level with Fireball, honestly. Let me just raise my mana multiplier to some crazy extent. We're just gonna focus only on mana this time. And we'll get up to, we keep raising my mana multiplier. We raise my mana per click. Oh, cool, I got 20 souls, amazing. Let's get even more mages. I'm just gonna really focus this whole thing up. 45 per second. Oh my gosh, wow, we're getting so much more mana than we had before. This is crazy. We can just get tons of upgrades. First off, let's do that. I can probably get Awakening as well. And then we're going to unleash all this in one huge attack in a moment. So we're just focusing on mana. 45 a second. Just balance this out a little bit. Okay, we still got the focus. Maybe we could get Awakening. Awakening would be a good one to get next. Let's raise the mana multiplier. Multipliers are really good. Just get like a high base amount and then get a good multiplier. All right, so we're at 350, 370, Okay, so we're gonna be at Awakening in a second. Heighten. What does this give us? I want to say that it's more souls. Oh no, melee minion damage raised percentage. Actually not what I was looking for, but we need 2.5 million for soul fusion. I think that's the next one. It's gonna be a while till we get there though. So now that we've got all this, we're gonna shoot a fireball at the wall. So that actually does a lot on its own. And we can just kind of keep shooting these and they look crazy when we do it like that. And that's insane. Look at how much damage we just dealt, but that's just for that much mana. That's why I just think it's more worth it on this phase of the game to just focus on raising mana. So I'm just gonna get a bunch of these. 72 mages. Just focus all of them on raising as much mana as we possibly can. It's kind of fun to just play the game this way instead of doing all the melee stuff. Alright, so now we can keep improving the fireball. I mean, this wall isn't self-healing. There are some walls where we can't really do this, though. Like where we need skeletons against it. So that's gonna deal... Consumes 1,000 mana and 10% of your total mana. So this will max out at, I think it's, is it 300 or 350k? So once we get to 350k price, it just keeps dealing more though. So put in a couple more of these, and I think we'll probably ultimately just upgrade the fireball itself. It's pretty good, because I mean, yeah, so 44, so we keep raising the percentage of the mana. Man, look at how much each of those deals. We're not really even using up that much of our mana either for sending off just one of these things. Oh, that's great. Look at all that. Alright, so we've got mages. Let's keep getting more mages. Get like 100 mages. Any side quests here? Okay, this wall doesn't have anything. This is a piranha-infested stream. Again, just a regular basic wall with nothing very special about it. I'm kind of disappointed in these walls, honestly. Let's keep raising our percentage of mana consumed. Here we go. So I think we could just keep shooting fireballs at this one. Oh wait, we still got more souls. Although at this point, I mean, look at how much a mage costs and how little mana they generate. It doesn't really improve the mana. It's just more flat. So at a certain point, it does kind of become worthless to get more mages, you know what I'm saying? But I just kind of want to, like, advance this for the sake of argument to see what we can get with a full mage strategy. See, we keep getting higher mana multipliers there. Yeah, see, like, there's kind of a diminishing marginal return to just focusing on one thing. I'm just gonna go ham on fireballs for a second. See how it kind of, like, becomes worthless after a few seconds? So, yeah, that is too bad. I mean, since we have so many freaking wizards, let's just get more of them. Alright, now we can actually... I mean, this is basically nothing at this point. Let's just buy all these upgrades. I know we don't have any melee minions, but whatever, that costs a trivial amount of money. Focus mana generation buff. Let's keep raising the mana generation from focus. And you can start to see, too, who is causing all the mana generation to happen, too. So whether it's the mana rock, the focus, or the mages. You can kind of see that outlined over there. Now, you can equip more items, but... well, we don't have any. I hope we're less poor in the future. And that's that. Again, we aren't really so focused on enchaining more souls this time. Let's just keep focus and meditate here. But it does kind of become, like, prohibitively expensive, and it's just like, well, why don't we get the next set of skill upgrades? You know what I'm saying? Whoops, too many of those. So generally, I think it's better if we just wait a little while on this one. I'll probably change up this strategy for the next wall, though, because I think that this is way too many mages for right now. I mean, on the bright side, though, if we want to change our strategy, we can, because we have so much mana. So that is nice. We've also got a nice damage multiplier incoming here, so if we keep that with this... Oh, that is actually quite nice. So let's keep that at 64 for a second. Prevent it from exploding. Oh, this one actually doesn't recover either. Hang on a second, let me just shoot a few fireballs while we got this high damage multiplier. Oh, that's great. Look, we already just took off like this entire wall. We didn't even need to do anything. Let me start the side quest before anything goes wrong. Holy cow, we got through this one even faster. I'm such a genius, man. I can't believe it. Oh no, we just got rid of it all. That feels so terrible. Okay, we gotta beat wall level 16 to unlock this one. So this is the next one. Oh no, this is a horrible wall. I hate it. I hate it so much. So what we're going to do now is we have to get a bunch of skeletons here because this wall, how do I get hover over? Yeah, ancient security. This wall has an active security system. Has a security system which activates once it has lost 5% of total HP. Security system will attempt to kill your minions. Targets melee minions, then range, then support. 10 minions per minute, which is terrifying and horrible. So let's sacrifice some of our mages. This is why I said this is way too many mages. We really just don't even need this many. Oh my goodness, we've got 1.1 million already. So let's just get some skeletons. We just need some, like, fodder in here. And now it kind of pays to get skeletons again. But hey, you know what? I mean, I'm probably just going to, like, focus on shooting fireballs anyway. Like, look at how much that's doing. Like, if we can just keep that damage multiplier at... If we manage to get one more level on this... Okay, that's 2.8. That's pretty good now. I should probably get some captains in there, but I'm just going to reorient my whole strategy in a moment. Oh no, the orb is cracked. Okay, I shouldn't have shot those. Well, whatever. It was satisfying anyway, so I just did it. Unthinkingly. Alright, what have we got? I haven't even purchased upgrades in a while. Oh wow, where did this skill point come from? Just so many options to decide between, you know, man? It feels good when you have, like, a surfeit of options rather than what do I do? This is the way of these clicker games, man. I don't know what it is, they just get me out of my head for a couple of hours. And it feels good to be out of my own head. It's crazy in there. Oh, wait a minute, we've got the quest. Faint outline of an entrance is visible on one side of the door. I think I chose pull the last time. I think I just started picking all the expensive options, to be honest with you. Oh no, my damage multiplier went back down. Let's sack some of these mages and maybe get... Oh no, I thought I had captains. I'm going to have to completely redo all of this. Whoops, I accidentally just auto-purchased skeletons. It's alright, they're going to get killed anyway. The magical surface will not... Let's try topple. I mean, when did we get over 1 million? It feels so good to be over 1 million. But simultaneously, slightly frightening. I think we could just go for fireballs now. Let's just do it. That's it. Remember me as I was. Oh, it's so nice to just watch all of the particles. Maybe it's just the pure serotonin. Hickovia, the third stairs, 17 out of 99. Now, maybe we'll go on a little bit further from here. How long is it? Oh my goodness, it's been like 40 minutes that I've been playing. You know, time just flies by when you're playing this game. I want to show maybe a couple more of these, though. Maybe we'll see if we can just get to, like, the end of this. Incineration is pretty good, as is Bone Royalty. Poison Dagger, again, I just don't really get much use out of poison. Maybe we'll get a captain as well in a moment. But, whoops, Fireball. Let's do Fireball. Skeleton Noble. Skeleton Noble is quite good because he summons other skeletons. We don't really need too many right here, but look at him. He's so noble and fancy. And he is going to bring in more people. So if they end up getting killed for some horrible reason, then something nice might happen. Anyway, we have increased the damage multiplier from Incinerate. And oh my gosh, that is a lot of mana now. Soul Fusion we could unlock soon because of 2.5 million. Let's just get a couple fireballs in there, though. Look at how much damage that's dealing, man. Jesus. This is why Fireball is just so amazing. And I'm not talking about the whiskey. All right, there we go. 1.2 million. Are they trying to kill us at this wall? No. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, but that goes to 8.400001 when we get to this level. You know, let's increase this damage multiplier. Anything that improves my multiplier is great, right? I mean, that incinerate, I know it costs a lot per second, but at the same time, look, we're getting just so much more, and that's improving all of our damage multipliers? That's crazy. Let's get knees. All right, we're at 7.8 damage times damage multiplier. So it's sort of like more active clicking, you know? Although I think that happens in Cookie Clicker too, that like you unlock automatic clicking, which is a crazy thought. All right, there we go. I think we're just about there. These skeletons are hardly... Look, they can't even take down that little bit. They're so weak and small. I guess because we didn't really upgrade them, but that's just to say that Fireball is just such a good upgrade. Level 20, man, I'm improving actually. The last time I didn't do this well. Parchia, Valley of Thirst. Every day for me is also like a Valley of Thirst. My god, look, there's just so many options. Just trying to think, I guess we could get more captains, that would be nice. I mean, we've got all the mana we need now. Oh, cool, I got a boning wand. Bone spear. Well, I'm not really using bone spears anymore. I'm using fireballs, so that is somewhat disappointing, honestly. We should, you know, let's raise our damage multiplier instead. 5.6 times. Just this damage multiplier. Well, it applies to everything, so why not do that? You know, that's what I've been saying. No one believed me. I am so much better at this than the last time. The me of now would make the me of 4 hours ago when I first started learning this game shameful and sad. Let's upgrade our fireball as well, because, I mean, that's the base thing that we're using, and then you gotta upgrade both. You can't just upgrade the upgraded piece, you gotta upgrade the... You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been saying. Look, when I'm through with this wall, I'm going to have so much mana and money that I'll just be able to buy as many of these upgrades as I want. Let me just focus on a few more fireballs, and then I'll totally change up my strategy. But yeah, it's like once you unlock certain upgrades, certain builds become more viable. See, like the melee skeleton build made sense before, but as soon as we get the fireball, this became opportune. I would like to get to Devil, though, because Devil is quite a crazy one that you've got to see. Alright, so we've got, wall is somehow generating 2% of HP every whatever number of seconds. I think, again, let's just try to even these two out, because at 20, we're bound to take a totally different strategy. So let's just keep increasing that incinerate multiplier. We've got that auto-clicking, and now let's do more fireball. I guess, can we wait for our other multiplier to rise? Oh no, it blew up. Never mind. We'll give it a second. See, mana multiplier at 4x. But when we get the orb to another... I don't know, prestige or whatever you would call it. Won't we get slightly better fireball? I think so. Hang on a second. 9.2 times. Hang on a second. Keep your eye on that number. Now it gets to 9.8 times. So now we shoot the fireballs. Let's shoot the fireballs now because that's 9.8x. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. All right, now let's get, we're gonna be totally changing our economy in a minute. What the heck? Let's just get more mana generation. Alright, we're in a lull again. Only 8.6 times. See, that just wasn't as effective. We're gonna wait a moment. You can focus... The only thing is, I don't understand how this is... I guess you could do something else. I'm just so focused on the game. I mean, ruminate. You begin to wonder about the treasure of Incrementalia. naturally. What else would there be to think about? Decide to ask your trusty servant Bonesley. I think we get a good item from, or at least the last time I got one. I'm probably like subconsciously picking the same dialogue options every single time. You ever do that? Like you do something years later and you find you pick exactly the same adventure? Bores. I just keep picking the expensive one, hoping that we get good items. That's what I've been saying. Alright. 21. Pause for a moment. Reset. We're gonna reset our skills here. So we're not gonna go about this the standard way. We're going to get Devil Ritual. So unlocks and buffs the Devil Summon spell. So this is a totally different kind of skill tree. Hang on a second, let me just do Interrogate. I do believe we use mages for this. We need Mind Spheres. Fireballs may end up getting used. Oh, wait a second. Let me listen to Bonesley. Let me give him my full attention. I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna get Devil unlocked. Let's get the other cultist ones. Everything else that involves the raising of mana and clicking of orbs. Get one of these each. We may get ourselves one level of skeletons. Whoops, actually, I didn't even really need that. Continue. One of these. At least one of these. Maybe one of those. And cultists themselves. We didn't get the cultists. And then also the mana orb thing. Alright, I need like 50 mages to start here. We gotta get the mana going. As far as the eye can see, I've never a kingdom. Well. Well. Oh, I've still got 47 skill points. Well, let me get to the end of this just so that I can see what's going on. Maybe you could just share a bit of an... Alright, I will share with Bonesley, who is... continued his role as a side character this entire time. Hang on a second, I gotta... Okay, 30 souls. Alright, 30 souls is better than nothing. I'm trying to remember if I got something different the last time. Actually, this does seem a lot like what I got the last time. Anyway, so 30 extra souls is pretty good. Now we've got so many souls to choose from. I think we want to get up to maybe like 70 mages here. And we've still got this thing to unlock too for soul fusion. I think that just gives us more souls though. What's next? So now we want to get a bunch of cultists in here, right? Let's get maybe... Actually, we don't need that many. This is pretty cheap, so I can just sack them. Okay, devils consume one cultist every 30 seconds, or else they die. But devils deal so much damage, 853 per second, which is crazy. So we're going to get like 30 devils. Actually, even more than that. We're going to get like 43. And then we're going to auto-click on cultists, so that they can just sacrifice the cultists as they come in. See what I'm doing here? Is that these devils deal a lot of damage, and they eat cultists. So now I've set up this automatic loop where it's going to keep buying cultists for the devils to do their damage with. And the devils actually do pretty good damage, so this... Maybe it's... Actually, Fireball was pretty good before. Maybe I'm gonna go back on this. Oh wait, you know, I don't have Incinerate active. Hang on a second, let me just improve my Incinerate, and then you'll see how much better this is. Let's improve the devil damage as well. Yeah, okay, see, that is what we should be dealing. That is much better. Significantly better than it was before. Let's also improve our mana gen. Just enough so that we can kind of power this strategy. Alright, let's see this. We really don't need this many cultists, though, is the funny part. Like, the devils can kind of just do that. Let's get maybe, like, 50 devils. Oh, wait a minute. No, I did that wrong. Alright, wait. We need more mana. Get me more on my mages as well. Incinerate. I'm just trying to think of what else I could do. I really want to keep the focus of the damage on the devils, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be distracted by other things. Okay, see, like, look how much damage these devils are doing just on their own, without me even having to shoot, like, 1,000,000 fireballs at them. That's great. So we're going to kind of keep this as our new active strategy. Alright, so this time we are going to get attacked again, so this is a little bit dangerous. Let's just get more souls here for a minute. Okay, I actually don't want that many. I want skeleton nobles in there so that the skeleton nobles can summon skeletons that will then get shot. Wait a second, I need more cultists now. Good. Alright, so they're gonna summon skeletons. Will we always have skeletons? Oh no, we actually might not, because I think that the cultists are getting bought at another rate. Hang on a second. I didn't consider this. It's alright, whatever, we're about to be done with this floor anyway. Just keep buying more cultists so that they can sacrifice them to the devils. We're almost through the floor. Phew, that required a lot of concentration. We shoot one fire, but it does nothing because I focused on the other skill strategy. Man, that incinerate is really good. I wish I had seen that the last time. I really didn't use that before. I'm still not even using up all my skill points, man. I'm so disappointed. Alright, do we have to have any skeletons this time? Maybe we'll just leave a few out there in case if somebody else comes to do something terrible to me again. Alright, let's just keep upgrading these ones. We're just gonna go ham on damage, and then maybe later on, if we have to change something, we will. Look at me go, though. Man, those devils are just dealing so much... Those devils! They're just dealing a lot of damage. This is great. You know, I didn't go as hard in on this. I tried, like, a really hybridized strategy the last time, but you kind of keep having to change everything, you know? Smoke cleared and was harmless anyway. Now there's a djinn. I guess a genie. Like, short for genie, or whatever they would call that. Not really sure of the etymology of that word. You lift, I've been hitting Jinn. I get it. Jinn seems enraged. It's shooting flames from its palms. The Matrix. Feet planted firmly, you gyrate your upper body in a wild reverse arch wind. The writing here is fantastic. I just wish I understood what it meant. Now we do have a max level here. We have 20, so I guess we'll get to 20 with each of these, so we'll max out this strategy. Now this wall is going to heal itself, but this wall stands no match against me. Flames couldn't touch you. The djinn has a knife. Let's use actions. Pulling out a much bigger, more impressive knife. Of course. Do we have 2.5 million yet? I think we could just about unlock Epiphany. I'm just too afraid to keep my fingers off this combo because it's working so well, and I don't want to mess it up. I'm afraid. Tackle. Oh, I'm just excited to get to the next level, set of levels. 1 out of 70 here? We hardly even have anything left. Let's just improve our mana regen so that we can maybe get Epiphany. What is our next set of skills, though? Okay, we're gonna get it right after this. My goodness, like, I'm getting through the game so much faster this time. I'm so much smarter. Jinn, I'll just... Okay, I got the goblin crown. I do believe I got this the last time. Alright, this would be for goblins, but I'm not really using poison, so I guess I'm just gonna stick with what I got. I mean, I like the auto clicker, and the mana orb is somewhat useful, I suppose. Alright, amazing. We've got Epiphany. Soul Fusion, so we get 1 more soul from that, and it's very cheap, so let's just get like another 30 souls or so on there. In this level, we're not really dealing with anything bad either. The options are just incredible. Okay, Haunting. Whenever a minion dies, create a ghost. Now, this will apply to our cultists, so this synergizes with cultists, so that's very nice. See, the ghosts are going to start coming up and dealing damage. Oh, and camels, too, which enhance our mages. So let's maybe... Whoops, oh no, all the devils are dying out because we didn't have cultists for a second. That was bad. I feel sad. Why are we unable to get more of them? Oh no, I totally messed that up. You look away for a second and all your devils die. It's a real shame. Let's just get a bunch of camels in here to continue raising everything else. We gotta rebuild that. That's the thing, is that if you let the cultists go for just a second, everything goes wrong. Let's get rid of some of these skeleton nobles, though, because we don't really need any skeletons right now. There we go. That auto clicker is nice to just have there. Alright, there we go. So let's do that again. Alright, I would like around, I don't know, 50 devils. Whoops, oh god, that's way too many cultists. Let's just get, like, 38. Okay, give me a few more devils. Focus on that. 1 devil, 2 devil, 3 devil. Get me to 45 or 50. I can't have this many souls around. Maybe we'll actually put in a few camels in there. They're improving the mana regen. Get those camels in there. You love to see a camel. You never hear a complaint from one. Get even more. 10. Let's have at least 10 or 15 camels. Every expedition needs this. Where am I? What am I even saying anymore? What is this game? Who am I? Oh, God. Anyway, this is to say that I have achieved spiritual enlightenment and perfect nirvana, cessation of mind fluctuations through this. I don't even know what I'm buying anymore. This combo seems to work with the devils and the cultists. Oh my goodness. You know, I think I got a little bit better since the last time I played. I got through that significantly faster. I haven't even relied on Fireball at all, but it seems to me that when you find the dominant weapon strategy, you know, like first I was using skeletons, then I was using bone spears, but then I took all the points off of those, and then I went over to captains, and then I dropped all of that and put everything into Fireball, which worked really well, but then Devils worked even better after you get that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to keep kind of pivoting your strategy and find new ones as the game progresses. So it's more or less like the same every time you play, I suppose, but I would say that this is good for, I don't know, 2 or 3 playthroughs. I mean, it's already different to me in the second one. I mean, I'm getting through it with a lot better strategy. But I mean, there's also 99 floors, so I haven't even gotten through a lot of the content. But, you know, you can get better if you just don't give up. And we've also got a few more. We've got mystics, we've got all kinds of things. We've got guys that can shoot bone spears at it. I'm sure there's some kind of crazy bone spear strategy I could try, but that's kind of the general gist here. Anyway, I thought this was a really neat mix of auto battlers with clicker games. My ears are exploding because of all the sounds. There was one thing that just made a crazy sound I want to play. I think it's the Bone Mystic. I'm gonna get one of these. Listen to the sound of the Bone Mystics. It's kind of crazy. To me, it's a bit much, this sound effect, but maybe I would just turn down the sound effects if I were playing this on its own. Anyway, I thought this was a neat experience because I think that the clicker genre is one that's like, it's just such a basic, fundamental type of game, and it's kind of like junk food. Like, I like clicker games. I'm a little embarrassed how much I like them, but I mean, it's $2 and I'm having a great time. Anyway, that's about all that I have to say about this game, but I'm probably going to leave it right there because I'm not about to go through, I'm just going to sack everybody here because of the sheer amount of movement on screen now, just feeling disorienting and confusing. It's too much for my senses. Everyone go. Anyway, this has been Journey to Incrementalia. I do hope you found something from this video. And, I don't know, very neat. I got it on sale for $1.99, and to me, that just always feels like a treasure. So anyway, I hope that this helped you find something more of what you like. Anyway, as always, I'm ambiguous amphibian, and until next time.